office, we had like these big, huge days for all the co-workers, and many people got sick. I
Oh,
assume
so
it can be
sorry.
like some COVID, I don't know, but I'm a little bit sick as well, so that's why I'm home. That's why the blurry background. So
Okay,
then
I
you know.
understand. Okay, so I guess we can start. And if there are also more people to join, of course, we'll accept their participation. So, hello everyone. Would like to welcome you to today's webinar, which is about general technological skills and digital literacy for professionals from the creative and cultural sectors. Which is part of the Open Art Studios webinars of the project PALkonnect. Now, some information about the project itself. The project PALkonnect is engaging cultural, artistic, and research organizations to stimulate European awareness and empower people of current and future generations to respect the inclusion and the diversity and to be successful innovators in their local environment. And the aim of this project is to support artists from social inclusion groups to present and promote their artworks in post-COVID-19 circumstances and to inspire their cooperation within the European countries. Now, in today's webinar, the aims of today's webinar is for the participants to learn how to develop their digital skills and how to present and introduce themselves and their artwork online. So in this webinar, we'll go through the steps of e-communication, such as how to reach out, booking meetings, then a presentation and curriculum vitae, i.e. CV, digital meetings, how to book and participate in digital meetings, and marketing and selling, for example, how to present artwork for selling on auction sites such as Etsy, Outsider Art, etc. Now, the reason I'm introducing today's seminar is to present you with some general rules as well. First of all, due to the project's requirements and of course in accordance with the GDPR, we inform you that the current and all trainings should be recorded. So we have already studied the recording of today's meeting. Therefore, if you don't wish to be recorded, you might as well turn off your cameras. That also applies to the screenshots that we'll have to take later during the webinar for promotional purposes. Moreover, an attendance list has already been pasted in the chat and shared with you in order to be signed by all of you because, again, of the project's requirements. Now, when you click the link and open the shared attendance list, you shall write your name and surname, the name of the organization, the address, and put your signature. You can either drag and drop your signature if you have it on a scanned format, or just write your name. It can work for us as well. And if by any reason you can have access right now to the link, don't worry, because we'll share it with you via email after the implementation of today's webinar too. And lastly, an evaluation form will be sent by the end of the training, also to be filled digitally. And moving on, this is the attendance list that will open for you if you follow the link. Sorry. And this is the evaluation form that we will share with you by the end of this webinar. Now, there are also some certain rules of communication. First and foremost, in case of questions, please first raise your hand, and then if you're given permission to speak, then you can unmute yourself. Your microphone, therefore, should be muted during the whole session unless you're asking questions. The meeting is already being recorded during the implementation, and you can see an automatic message appearing to your screen. We are going also to ask you to open your cameras when we are taking some photos for the promotional purposes. And please write your name and organization to appear correctly in the attendance list. And finally, this is just a short indicative agenda. Okay, Mrs. Erika will take you through today's agenda in more detail. But right now is the registration part, of course, the introduction. Then we'll have how to present yourself and each other with presentation and CVs. Then about Zoom and digital meetings. Then we're going to have a short break. Then we'll go to the part concerning marketing, how to upload a portrait of yourself and present it. And lastly, the feedback, what has worked, what can be developed. And then we're going to close the meeting and fill the evaluation form. So thank you, everybody. That was from me. Now I give the floor to Mrs. Erika to present herself and today's webinar. So Erika, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Georgios, and great seeing you all. I think right now we are 16 in this meeting. That's awesome. My name is Erika. I work as a project manager at SENSUS. We are a study association in Sweden. We have offices around all Sweden, and I'm located in the Stockholm office. We work together with the partnership organization and membership organization of ours to work with human rights issues, inclusion, and much culture and music events and study groups we have. So that's a little bit about myself. I'm going to start with sharing my presentation so you can see. Just to make sure, do you see my full screen? Module
Yes,
2? Great.
Yes.
Can I also ask you, Georgios or Elena, if there's any like raised hands, because I have in Teams, I just have a small window. So if you see any raised hand, you can just let me know.
Okay.
That would be
Of course,
perfect.
yes, we can.
Great. Because so I don't miss if you have any questions. So yeah, I'm Erika. I'm going to present module 2, the general technological skills and digital literacy for cultural workers and professionals. I was about to present with my colleague Lena. She's an artist herself, but unfortunately, as I said, she's sick today. So you need to, you're going to be with me. Hope it's going to be okay. So the agenda for today, we have already heard who we are. I have talked a little bit about SENSUS. I will describe in a short time a little bit more. The introduction and the aim to module 2, you have got the information. The aim of today's session is that you're going to have the basic skills, the introduction to how to open a Teams meeting, a Zoom meeting, and also different sites like as Etsy, Outsider Art, etc. So you can reach out, book meetings, find galleries, and in the end, reach out with your art or your handicrafts and work and buy them. They're selling and get job opportunities. So the practical info you have got, raise hand or write in the chat. As I said, it's great if I have some help from you, Georgios, to have a look. But first and foremost, I would like you guys to write in the chat what your expectations for these 2 hours are. And is there anything specific you want to learn more about? It can be maybe I want to learn more about how to book a Teams meeting, how to upload an image. I don't know. The floor is yours, and write in the chat. We can take 5 minutes so you can reflect and you write about your expectation and what you want to learn more about tonight. So I'm going to stop my share screen and I'm going to show you how it works. You have your screen where you see in the line above. I'm going to share my screen so you can see. Like this. Up here, you have the participants and you have the chat. If you press on this small chat button, you open the chat and here you can type messages. And here you type your expectations for tonight and if there's anything specific you want to learn more about. Can I just ask you guys, and now you can unmute if you hear me and have questions. Okay, Barbara, great. I have some expectations, possibilities to digital presentation. Yes. And if you have trouble finding the chat, just unmute and let me know so I can show you guys again. Understand the digital communication. Okay, you can continue writing if you want, or if you come up with anything new, just write in the chat. It's a great function we can see there. So I will continue with my slides. And we have already talked about what this project is about. And again, the aim of the module we have gone through. And today we will do 4 steps. Hopefully I will cover some of your expectations, but just to make sure this is a basic course for the very basics of how to open Teams, how to download images and send images, so you know. I'm not like a data scientist myself. I have just learned, like everyone else, through COVID, how to use these digitals um, tools. So first of all, we will do for the online communication, that's step 1. And here we will practice using tools such as Facebook, messengers, and email. We will go through how to email an image to yourself and upload it in a document, for example. And this is because we think that you need to have first and foremost the basic on, like, even a paper presentation of yourself before you reach out. So we're going to create that together. And the second step is the presentation and the CV. And we're going to short go through how to write a presentation introduction of yourself with some tips on how you can work with like role models to see your passion and your goals. And we will also use Word and practice writing, saving, and uploading pictures of yourself and your art into this Word program, a Word document. Thirdly, we'll go through digital meetings. Here I have written Zoom. Since we are in Teams right now, I think it would be the best to show how Teams work. Maybe some of you have already used Teams before. Some of you maybe are familiar with Zoom. If we have time, I can show you quickly how Zoom work as well. But we're going to focus on Teams right now. I think it's the most practical since we're already in this channel together. And we will go through how to invite to a meeting, how to open a meeting ID, the link you got. You have done that perfectly now, so I think this step is already check. And we will also discuss good practices and also maybe some social codes when we are entering a meeting, how to put the camera, how to put the light, and give feedback to each other. And lastly, we will go through a little bit about marketing and sales, and we will look at inspiring examples at Outsider Art and Etsy and see how other people have presented their artwork, and from this, how we can find inspiration to later promote our own art and sell your handicraft or art. So, yes, this is again what we hope you will learn today. And first of all, I think I'm going to also say that today's session is going to be quite practical, and we think that we're going to put ourselves into the mindset that we're going to have some art, and we're going to go into the mindset of we want to present the art, we want to book a meeting, and last step to see, okay, how can I reach out with this, and how do I behave during a meeting? So for this, I would like us to do an interactive exercise together. And I don't know, first and foremost, I don't know how many of you are online through phone or computer, but If you sit at home or at office and you have a mirror in front of you or something you can look yourself into, I want you to take that one up and bring a pen and a paper, and you're gonna draw yourself. If you don't have a mirror, just bring a pen and paper and pick an item in front of you. And the thing I want you to do for this first step is to paint the item or yourself in the mirror without looking at the paper. So we're gonna take like 7-10 minutes for this. So first and foremost now, go and pick a pen and a pencil and a pen and paper and see if you have a mirror in front of you. If don't, just pick an item and you're gonna draw that. Yes, any questions from you? Is it clear?
Yes, everything is clear. Thank you.
Okay, great. So you do this and you have until maybe 10 minutes we take for this. And I'm gonna also do my drawing right now. So I'm gonna pick my paper and pencil as well. So see you in a few minutes. And since I'm the only one with my camera on, I can offer you the laugh of looking at me drawing myself without looking at the paper. How's it going for you all? Have you done some? Okay, can I ask Barbara, have you started? How's it going for you? Everything okay? I'm just picking your name from the participant list.
Sorry. Yes, I'm trying.
Yeah, great.
Now I'm trying to send the email.
Okay, great.
Not yet ready, sorry.
Yes. Oh, that's great. You're already ahead. That's perfect. Okay, but I think we can continue then. I can show you my picture. Maybe you cannot see it, but here we have it. Because then I now want you to, for this, the drawing that you have made from the item or yourself, I want you to take a photo. And when taking a photo, you can see from the food here, you can I have an iPhone, so if I put my iPhone close to my paper and I just press the screen, the iPhone can see where the light comes. So the best advice I would say to you is check where you have your light, so you don't have the light like coming straight to you, because then you will not see anything. So put your art on a stable ground and have your camera in front of it, and you can focus it. You can zoom on your camera. On iPhone, you can zoom by doing like this with your fingers on the screen. And if you want to check the light on the iPhone camera, you can just press the one finger on the screen so you can see where to put the light. So it looks good. And then I take my photo. And if you take photo on your iPhone, it saves automatically on your gallery. I think it's the same for Android mobile phones as well. So now we have our image. You can also go on your, if you go to your gallery and see your picture, you can do some editing as well, but I don't think we need that for now. And how to save, like send the image to yourself, I'll prefer here on email. You can also do it by airdrop, message like iMessage, email, or to other types of sources. Here we have 4 steps how to send it by email from iPhone. First, I have chosen my pictures. I have gone through my gallery, the app called Galleries, and I have picked one picture. I click on it and I get these options. Then I'm going to press mail, because now I want to send us a mail. Then I come to step 2, but it automatically comes up new letter or new email. So I type in my name or the one I want to send to. Right now it's to me, to Erika Pihl, and then I can say which subject. Now I have named this picture Erika, and here I get an option in the step 4 before I send it if I want to have it in a small, medium, or large size, or in a real size. I always choose real size. If any of you do anything else, please comment and say if you what you think is the better and what you prefer. And after doing this, when I have pressed real size down here, this one is going to become blue, and I press on that one and it sends. On Android, you open the Photos app and you hold the image you want to send, and you press on this button to share, is the share button, and then you select share and Android share icon, this one, and when pressing that one, you get the selections of which method you want to send it to. And here you can choose Gmail, messages, etc. And you do what's best for you. As I said, I prefer email. Yes, and here also, I'm going to show you, before you start with this, a clip on when I have sent the email to myself, how I open the file and how I'm going to download it. So I'm going to see. So here is my computer screen. I go to Chrome, I open the web page, and I go into my email, because as you remember, I send the image to my email. So now it's opening, and I go down to pick Erika, since that was the subject. I take down the push notice, and I press on the right. I'm just gonna, it goes a little bit fast. I press on the right side of the mouse patch, and then these options come, save or copy. I pressed save. We can go back a little bit so you can see. There I pressed. It's very fast. Okay. There, I press on the right, I can copy or I can save. Spara bild som is the Swedish version of saving as. So I press spara som, saving as, and then I get the options on where I want to save it. I do on my desktop, and I name it, picture Erika, and I save it. Now you can see it's downloading down there. Now I have my picture downloaded on my laptop. Now I want to open a Word because that's the next step. We're gonna name our picture and start our presentation for ourselves. So now I open Word. So I search for Word and I open a new document like this. And I write my name because that's the next step. My name is Erika. And then from here, I go to Infoga. Here it's insert in English. So I press insert and I go to images. And here all the files shows up again. And I go to the desktop where I put my picture and there I see the name and I insert it. And from here I can drag drop it and place it whatever I want in the document. I think it's quite good here, so I will keep it like this. And I continue with naming my picture. You're gonna do that soon as well. And the name of my picture is Summer in Sweden. Very original name. This is from the Swedish archipelago. So yes, and here I can change the size, which type I want it to be in layout, etc. And when I feel done, I want this to be bold. Yes, everything is correct. I feel good. This is okay for me. I go to archive and save as. And here again, I choose where to save it and the name of it. Somewhere in Sweden, yes. And I want it to be on my desktop as well. Or no, I choose document. And there we go. And now I have this document on my laptop. And from this, I can send. Now I have the base for a presentation of myself. And this document I can later on send to galleries or before I book a meeting. So in this document, I have already created a picture of my art, in this case, my photo, and I have done a presentation, the name of it, myself, and this is how we will work together. So now you have seen how to do, and I would ask you to do the same. I would ask you to send the image to yourself by email or what's best for you, and later on to download the image, open a Word document and insert it. Does it sound okay for you guys? Just let me know if you want to see the movie again or have further explanations. No one is saying no or are protesting, so I guess it's okay. Just let me know if you have any questions, and I will give you around 10-15 minutes for this step. So you send the image to yourself, download it, open a Word document, and continue with. I'm going to show you the instructions here as well, so you can have.
Sorry, we need to download our picture, what we was painting. Or,
yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we start with the thing we painted, because the reason I just want you to paint something right now is that this is just an exercise. So we don't need to be like super serious and put. So yeah. So here you have the instructions again. How's it going for you guys? Any questions? Is it going well?
Erika, I don't know if you see the chat. It's just, there's a question.
Oh yeah. No, I cannot see. I have tried to fix my view, but can you?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it
Oh, yeah.
says it's a question if the participants need to send this Word file to the chat.
To
If they need to send their file to the chat.
no, no, you don't need to share it in the chat. I would just like you to share the name of the artwork in the chat. The step number 4, that would be great, so we can see the different names, and if you want a description about what your painting is about. But share the name of your artwork in the chat. That would be great, so we can see. I'm gonna share mine right now. And also important, after doing this, don't forget to save. Even if this is just a practical exercise we do together, it's good to save because we're going to continue working with this document later on. So save it. That's great. China girl. Thanks for that, Barbara. Post C, myself in a mirror, black, right, and funny. Great. It's quite fun to see the name because then our imagination can start and we can become creative again. That's great. Self-portrait. Funny girl from Liliana. Okay, great. Maybe the names self-portrait. Great, Katarina. Thanks. Maria X. This exercise, when you don't look down at the paper, we often use at SENSUS as a way. If you have a group, for example, and you just want to have a creative exercise without anyone needs to feel pressure that you need to perform, this is a great way of just painting each other. If you have a new group that's going to meet, or you want to do something creative and fun, because it just become as it is, and we don't need to have any pressure or so, and we also can look each other into the eyes. But this was a try to do it online. Hope it worked, and it seems like all of you downloaded successful your images and started with the presentation. That's perfect, because now we have done the first steps of doing our presentation. We have a picture of our art. We have a name of the art. You have written already a short description of your art, and we will, after this, I'm going to share my screen again. We're going to later on start with a further explanation and description of ourselves. I don't know, Georgios, when were you planning for the break? When was that Was it 5 or later?
I had it in the agenda after the Zoom, section. But
Okay.
if you want to do it early, you just tell me and whatever
Is
you
it
need.
okay? We have like a short break, like 5 minutes,
Right now?
because now we have done this.
Yes.
I have my fika here, but I think we can take like
Yes.
5 minutes if it's okay.
Of course it is okay. So 5 minutes break, everyone?
Yes, great.
Okay,
And see you
great.
again in 5
Great.
minutes.
Yes.
Okay. Is everyone back? I think 5 minutes have passed now for me. It's quite hard for me to see if you're back or not, but I trust you since you don't have your camera on, so I will continue. Maybe you had a cup of coffee, tea, or did what you need to do in this 5 minutes. Just let me know if you need more breaks as well. Otherwise, we will continue with the step 2 of this presentation of ourselves. Let's see, there we are. Because now we're moving into, or we have already moved into this step 2 about the presentation and CV. And sometimes, I don't know with you guys, but I think it's very hard for me sometimes to define what my qualities are, why I like how to present yourself, how to even proceed, and to write down your qualities and the positive things about yourself. But one method to do this is to do this exercise that we will do right now. It's a way for you to highlight your qualities as an artist and as a crafter, culture worker, musician, etc. And I want you to continue with the word document or the paper. I don't know if some of you have written on a paper, on notes, on your phone, whatever. Continue on this document, and I want you to write down 1 to 3 role models. It can be, now I have written down artists, cultural workers, etc., but it can maybe be a family member, a politician, I don't know, a photographer. You know yourself who your role models are. So the first step is that we, during a few minutes, write down in a Word document or the paper our role models, 1 to 3, just list them. And after that, we will continue and write down their qualities. But we start with this first step to write down your role models, 1 to 3 persons. And I'm going to check with you guys in about 5 minutes how it's working. And again, just send me questions or raise your hand or unmute yourself if you are wondering anything. Okay, so we have 1 minute to go. Hope it's okay before we continue. Okay, so now I want you to do, now you have written down your role models, 1 to 3 person. I want you to continue now with the second step to write their qualities. It can be, yeah, just what top of your head, what is popping up, which qualities makes them your role model. So yeah, maybe it can be a person, she's loyal or she's, yeah, you know yourself. So continue writing their qualities and which qualities makes them your role model. And I also want you, after you have done this, we're going to do the third step. And after that, we're going to talk with each other in groups. Okay, and now you're going to do the last step. Now you have written down which role models you have, the qualities that makes them the role model. And now if you haven't started with it, I want you to look at your document or your paper again and highlight the qualities that you share with them. Which qualities with these role models do you share? And this is a way of us highlighting our good qualities that is excellent to have in a presentation and CV. So I'm going to give you a few moments of doing this. And after that, we will come back together and I will divide you in groups and you're going to discuss a little bit about the process so far and which qualities you show, you highlighted. So I'm going to give you a few minutes, around like 3, 5, this is my timer, 3-4 minutes to highlight the qualities you share with these role models. Okay, Georgios, can I ask you to do to see if we can split up in groups of maybe 4 people, and we're gonna try.
I have already created some rooms, 4 rooms totally. 3 of these rooms are of 3 participants and 1 of 4. Is that okay with you?
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Great.
So I just want you to together in around 7-10 minutes to discuss your presentations, what we have done so far, and maybe if you feel comfortable, share these qualities you saw, and yeah, share together about the process so far, what we have made, and your qualities, and we come back together after that.
So I have set 10 minutes for the
That's
red
perfect.
light rooms. Great. So I'm just going to open the rooms right now. Just a small note to all participants. If by any technical reasons you tune out of the whole meeting or anything like that, generally, if there is a technical problem during the separation, the breakout rooms, just go to the email I sent you earlier this day and follow again the link to the meeting and I will get you back in. Okay? So I'm opening the rooms right now.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Fingers crossed it's gonna work.
Yes.
Dijana?
Yeah, do you hear me now? Sorry, I just, yeah. Do you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Okay, super. Sorry for that. I did something with.
Sorry,
With
can I just ask a question? Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we
Yeah,
do.
Yes.
I guess you're in the main room again. Did just the system threw you out of the room, or did you just leave by yourself and came back in the main room?
No, it was not on purpose, I have to say.
Okay,
Sorry.
just give me a second then to see why. Okay, I just tried to put you in rooms again, manually this time, and see if it works this time. Okay. I'll just do it one more time. Erika, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm back. I got into a group
Okay.
room and
Yeah,
I
I
pressed
fixed
leave.
it.
I know.
Okay, yeah. I fixed it. The rooms are open again, and I can see
Okay.
all participants are in. Just tell me when you want me to close the rooms and
Yeah, you
take them
can
off again.
close in like 2-3 minutes.
Okay, good.
So we can continue with Zoom together. That's
Okay,
perfect. Or
perfect.
Teams,
Great.
how to
Yeah.
open. Super.
Something wrong.
Hello, guys. Welcome back.
It's okay, guys. I just closed the rooms. So in a few more seconds, everyone will come back, I guess.
Perfect. Hope you had some good discussions. My experience is that the time when you are in groups goes like this, but I think it's important also that you share with each other because then you can also, it's a way of networking with each other as well. And I think it's very important. I don't know, are we waiting for some more people, Georgios, or can I continue with my presentation? I think I continue, and if we have lost anyone, hopefully they can rejoin again, or so. Yes, so now we have done this presentation and CV part. I will also recommend you that these documents that we have already made together, you have already started a creation of a presentation for yourself. You can continue with this document and develop it and write your personal information in this kind of document, name, address, number, email, etc. The qualities you have already started developing and working on, your experience as a CC worker, and goals. And on the right side, you can see one CV template. I have just downloaded one from Canva, and I know that there is going to be another module working more specifically on Canva. So you will get more tips and advice there. And since this is not the main focus for our module, I will instead continue on how to book a digital meeting, a Teams meeting. We will start with how to book a Teams meeting and how to download. You will go through the steps from downloading Teams until how to open a Teams meeting. And I think I'm also quickly after this can show you the same procedure but with Zoom. But now this is for Teams. And again, I have just done a short video from my laptop so you can see the procedure. So first I go into my web browser, Chrome, because I want to have Teams on my laptop. So I search for download Teams on Chrome, and you see it's the first thing that comes up. And here it says download Microsoft Teams for desktop or for mobile. I don't know if you want to have it on your mobile, but I want to have it on my desktop, on my laptop. And here I choose Teams for work and school. I don't know the difference between work and school and small business. I'm just going to stop a little bit. Yes, and here since I already have the program on my laptop, it didn't show up as a download file, but it will appear when you don't have Teams. It will appear down here as a download file, and it's going to say open the file when it's done. And then you open it and the installation begins. And you just click through the steps of the installation. It's the regular one. Do you agree that we collect your personal information? You decide the email you want to use and which password and so on. But since I already have Teams on my laptop and downloaded it, this is going to look like this. And after you have downloaded it, it's going to look like this when you open Teams. So I have logged in, and here is my Teams profile. You see up here where it says EP. That's my profile, and this is my workplace, SENSUS. So this is my profile. If I press on that one, I can get to settings, and I can see the settings for my account. This one I press. And in this view, we see right now, it says calendar. It's the same calendar in English. And here I can see all my meetings at my workplace and also other meetings. Because this calendar is synced. Since I have when I downloaded it and did my profile, I choose my workplace email. So that's why it's synced to my work email. So here I see my calendar in Teams. I can also see other things in this menu right here. So I have activity. Here I can see which meetings I have had for the recent week or so. Here I have a chat. Here I can see if some chats to go back and see. Right now I don't have any chats saved. Here I have, one second, something called Teams. And this is why this is called Teams, because in this program you can build specific teams around, just like in a work or when you do things together. You create a team, and here you can do the same, and your specific team can have the documents in here. You see files, you can have OneNote, so everything is connected. But right now we're just going to focus on the meeting part. So this, I will say, wait until later when you are familiar with the program. So just to show you, that was the what the team means. And now we come to the important part. Now you see I press calendar. One second. Goes too fast. I go to calendar, and here again my calendar. Oh no, wait. Let's see if I can go. Yes. One second. Yes, here I have my calendar. I open my calendar here, and up here I have three options. I have connect with a meeting ID, meeting right now, or create a new meeting. This blue one, when you want to create a new video online meeting on Teams, you press this one, new meeting. In Swedish, it's nytt möte. So I press new meeting. See, I did not. Second, yes. So I press new meeting. I go in here, and I can see test meeting with Erika. I type in. Here you can type in whatever you want. So it's the subject for your meeting. And below is the participants, this symbol. And here you can type in their email addresses. Now I try to invite myself, but it didn't work. But I'm going to invite my colleague Helene instead. Here I choose which time. I set the time here, and I set the date here for this watch symbol. So I have set the time at 4 Swedish time, and it's 27th of October. And this is when it's gonna end. And it's the same date, and here I pick the same the time I want the meeting to end. If you have a meeting that's gonna occur all day, you can press this all day. But hopefully you don't have such long meetings. So this is, now you have set the day, you have set the time, and you have decided which you want to invite. Here is if you want to repeat the meeting, because some say you're a team and you have a meeting every, why does it go like this? Sorry. Sometimes you have a meeting that occur every week or every month, and you press there. But this one is just a simple meeting, so I don't want it to occur. I just want it to be this one. So I say don't repeat here. Let's see. This is also quite fun that it didn't work, but now you see that even For me, sometimes it doesn't work, but I can do like this. I'm gonna open my PowerPoint again so you can see. One second, and you can ask questions now if you wonder anything. Now we're gonna have a quick look again. Where were we? We were here. Yes. Here we have, I'm gonna do like this because I'm a little bit worried the whole thing is gonna disappear, so we can see it like this for now. So we have named the meeting, we have choose participant, we have choose time and date, and that it doesn't repeat. Here it says channel, but we don't gonna have a channel, so we skip that part. I don't know even what's the purpose of that, so skip this. And below here you write like the meeting information. Here I have written welcome to my Teams meeting. We will test the program together, Erika. Here you can also insert files and you can do a proper invitation here. So it's very good. And when I'm done with this, I continue and I press say send up there. And now you can see that if I go to the 27th down here, I have my test meeting here. So I'm in the calendar again. Go down, press on my test meeting, and here you can open the meeting in various ways. Either you can press the blue button, anslut, it's like connect. You can press this one, it's like the link, or yes, this is how you can do. And you can also, if you want to invite another person that is not in this invitation, you can copy this one, you press Control C and Control V, and you can invite a new person. But now I am done with my meeting and I want to start it. So I press this one, the blue, open, like connect to the meeting. We're gonna see, and then this appears. And here it appeared when you entered this meeting as well. And here you have different options. Right now you can see that my camera is turned off. This is for the camera settings, and this is for the sound. And down here you have this item, the wheel, or how to say it. If you press, see, yes, we do again. We press here. I always do this before I enter meeting. I always check that my sound setting and the video setting is correct. So here you saw I pressed this one, this item, and this tumble showed up. So here I can see my sound settings. I can see, and I can choose here. You see it's a scroll side, or how you say. So you can choose the right microphone and the right speaker. And in case you are having trouble in a meeting with your microphone or the sound or so, this symbol, look for this in the meeting, because here you have all the settings. So I have done my sound settings. Down here I have for the video. Here you see here, now I double check, so I have this sound setting correct. I check my camera, and I want to have this HP camera, and this spegla min video is if you want to mirror your video, but we don't want that. So now we have done the settings and we are ready for the meetings. So I press connect, and now we are waiting to get into the meeting. So now we are in the meeting. We're the host of the meeting, and here we can see up here in this symbol, we can see the participants of the meeting. Here we have the chat. All of you have already tried the chat function, and it seems to work perfectly fine. Here it says reaktioner, reactions. Here you can press like a thumbs up, a heart, or whatever. It's quite fun to become more interactive together. Here it says room, rooms. And if you're the host, you can create different rooms as Georgios just did, so you can talk in separate small rooms. Yes. And here you can also, under participants, it's good to know as well, that you can also invite new people to the meeting that is not in. Do you see here under participants? And here you can write a name and you can share the invitation again. Yes. We have the chat. And down here in the chat as well, you have different functions. You can do smileys. You can attach files here, upload from a computer, and different options. For the chat, I would say the most important is to insert files and, of course, know how to type in it. And you type there, you can change the type settings as well. Yes, there we have the reactions, the rooms. Here is how it looks like if you want to create rooms. Here you get how many participants you have in the meetings, and you have two options. Say you want to have, I mean, if we're 10 people, I maybe want to have 2 rooms. So I create 2 rooms, and here I can change, I can choose if I want it to be automatically selected into rooms or manually. If it's automatically, it's just like a random selection. If you choose manually, you can select the specific persons and put them in specific rooms. And when you're done, you press create rooms. And here under these 3 dots, do you remember I said this with the settings to check the speaker and the microphone? During the meeting, you can always go back to your settings, and then you press this, the 3 buttons, and you again press on this wheel. So you can see that you have the microphone and everything. Here you always also have the meeting notes and the meeting information in case you need to send out the link again. So you see, you can send out the link in various ways as well. Yes, and I think this is the most important. Here you see I'm in the settings as well, checking my microphone. And if you want to share content, you press this share button, the square with a pile upwards, and this is going to show. And here you're going to see the screen, or you can see the windows. I often go into the windows, and this one is showing 12 windows. It was at that time I recorded this, I had 12 windows open. So you press on Windows and you choose, for example, your PowerPoint presentation or the document that you have made about yourself. Like this, you press there, and you see now all the things that I have open is coming up here. So then when you choose, you just click on the one you want to choose and you open it. And also, if you have, for example, a movie you want to show, you press here, include computer sound. Otherwise, the participants will not hear anything. Yes, so now I choose this, and you see that it's sharing my screen.
Kicking.
Mommy.
Hello. Yes, so this is the main part of participating in a meeting and how to invite to a meeting. And when you are done with your meeting and you have said goodbye to each other, you press this red button, leave. And the meeting is ended. Leave or finish the meeting. And that sound is going to come up. So yes, that was about Teams meeting. Any questions so far? Was it too fast? Do you want me to go through how to use Zoom as well? You can give thumbs up if you want that, or if Teams is enough for now.
Yes, everything is good. Thank you.
Okay. I can say also I'm using both Teams and Zoom. For me, I think Zoom is a little bit more user friendly. When you have, for example, some kind of education or seminars, but Teams is a great channel as well, because Teams is a little bit more professional, I think, and many workplaces around Europe and different all kinds of organizations are using Teams because it's seen as a more secure channel to use. And also, if you Zoom have like a timetable of 45 minutes for the free version. If you want to have longer meetings, you need to end your meetings and continue. Otherwise, you need to pay for Zoom. But I think Teams is okay for now. I will, in my presentation, also include the Zoom downloading because I can actually do like this. Now I'm sharing my screen. You can see this is my PowerPoint. I will show you Zoom quickly so you see. So I again go here to start. I have already downloaded Zoom, and it's the exact same procedure as downloading Teams. You go to Chrome, you search for download Zoom, and here you have the first, and you download it. And it appears down here, and you start your installation. But since I have done this, I go to this menu, and I search for Zoom. I open my Zoom, and here is my profile. This is the standard view for Zoom. So up here I have my my profile. I see this is my name. I can go to some settings, and right now I'm green, so I'm available because I just logged in. If you want to not be disturbed, you can put this in. I'm often always available. So here is the main menu, and from here you can, if you have a quick meeting right now, you can go to this new meeting, press this small how you say, arrow down, and you go down to this one. This is the meeting ID. The meeting ID is what you need, is the same as the link to Teams. So this is my personal meeting ID. I go to this and I press on copy invitation. I press there, and then I go into my, say, email. I open a new email and I copy V, just insert the whole thing. And when you have inserted the whole thing, you can the thing that is actually most relevant for you guys is this information until here. The rest you can remove, because this link is the most crucial one. This is what you need. when you're gonna send out the meeting and this meeting ID. Because if the link doesn't work, you can always enter these numbers and you can come in. And here you also have, if you want to use the phone to come into the meeting, you press this with the code. So after this, I'm going to send to myself, new meeting. There we go. And I have sent the email. You can also link your Zoom to your email. So now I have sent the meeting. And when I open the meeting, I do exactly as you did right here. I go to the email that I have sent and I open the link. You can also in Teams go to this that says meetings. And here you press on this, schedule a meeting, this small plus, and schedule a meeting. And it's quite the same procedure, it's just another layout, or how to say. So here we have the meeting, the day, and etc. Yes. We are running out of time a little bit, so I will hurry up and we will do the last things together. I think it's important that we give time for this how to book meeting because I think it's going to be crucial for you after. You can just write in the chat because we don't have so much time. If you have been to any successful Teams meeting or Zoom meeting and what made it a good one. And also if you think there are specific social codes. For me, I think, I don't know how I look like right now, but I think overall the light is important, how you stand, that you are in time, of course, and that when you are gonna host a presentation or so, that you're well prepared, that you have the presentation in the background, so you don't need to feel stressed. And just for this meeting, log in a few minutes before instead of straight at time. So yes, I would, as a last thing, I would like you to, on your mobile phone, go into etsy.com or outsiderart.com and have a look at these sites, because now we have done the presentation, we have looked on how to have a meeting, and now we are also going to see how to marketing and sell online. Because our thought is that what we have created now can be a way, can be something that you can put up on Etsy or Outsider Art. So have a look at these sites and see if you can find inspiration from this. So we can take like 3 minutes for you to have a look, and I will put the websites into the chats as well, so you can enter. Can you enter the links I put into the chat? I think that Outsider Art for me was a completely new web page, but I think it's very interesting to see how they work. And here you can go into the New York, for example, and you can see different past fairs. People put up their work, the field press, contact, search, etc. I'm gonna see if I can enter Etsy as well, so you can have a look. Here you have Etsy.com, and Etsy is really like selling site, and here you can get like jewelry, accessories. You see it's all different categories. So I mean, you as a culture worker and as an artist, you know which category you belong to. But for example, we can do wall decor on home and decor, and we can see here, for example, how it's quite interesting to see, since we have been talking about the light and the photos, how people have taken pictures of their art, how they have presented it, and also you can see a little bit about pricing. I don't know, we can just enter this one, for example, and you can see here they have the name, description of the art, exactly like we did, the size, the option, and here it's also good because if you put your things up here, people can review you. I think that was everything that I had for this step. And the last thing I want you guys to do, and I recommend you to have a look at these web pages as well to find inspiration. And the last thing I want you to just say one word in the chat about your feeling right now. How have this worked? Any feedback for us for our module, and so on. So write in the chat your feeling right now and feedback. Great. Maria say useful. Okay, thanks. I can also say that if you have any questions, you can always email me. My email address and name is coming in the chat. There you have. Useful information, great. Hope you had good discussions as well. I couldn't hear, but it has been a pleasure having this time together with you. And don't hesitate to ask me anything if you have any more feedback or comments or questions from me. Meanwhile, you guys are writing in the chat. I'm maybe gonna ask you, Georgios, for the evaluation. Is it gonna?
Sure, I'm gonna paste it in the chat right now.
Okay, great. So we don't miss that important part as well. As far as I know, in order to register on Etsy, you need to have a registered private enterprise. Actually, I'm not. It might be. I'm not sure. I'm not expert and haven't looked that one up. But I can have a look and ask my colleague Lena. She's the expert in this, and I can come back to you, Katarina. Okay, so Georgios, do you want to say anything about the evaluation form
Yes,
before we close?
Yes, so first and foremost, I would like to ask everyone if you could just open your cameras for a minute in order to take a screenshot for the dissemination of today's webinar. If you don't mind to open your cameras. Great. And a few more if you can. A few more people. Okay. Okay, so I'm just, okay, more people I see. Okay, no worries, Juliana. So I'm taking the screenshot right now. Okay, nice. And as you can see in the chat section, I have pasted the link to the evaluation form. If you can just take a few minutes to go there and fill it in, it will be really helpful. I will also send you via email the registration, the attendance list, and the evaluation form if you didn't have time in order to fill them in. And to inform you that we have, of course, more webinars coming soon. Our next webinar for the project is on Monday about digitalizing artwork. So you can always you can reply to that email I will send to you in order to ask for information if you haven't already registered to participate. And that was all for me. I would like to thank Mrs. Erika Pihl very much for today's webinar and all the useful information she shared with us. We thank you. And of course, I would like to thank you all for participating again today. And I hope to meet you in our following webinars as well. So that was all.
Thank you so much, all, and thank you so much, Georgios, for your support. It was great.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, seeing you. Yeah.
I see Elena is writing something in the chat right now, my colleague. Okay, she thanks us. So that was all.
Thank you, Erika.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Elena. Thank you all. Have a nice evening.
Thank
and
you
take
all.
care.
Thank you.
Yeah. Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye.